It's mindfulness time. Guys, I'm so excited about being able to bring this entire month and talking to you about mindfulness, energy, what that looks like. So we got to start at the basics. We always want the finish line, but we don't always want the basics. It can sometimes seem boring or mundane, but it's important that you understand them so you understand why you want to practice mindfulness. So for those of you who don't know, like I've practiced mindfulness for many, many years, and it's actually saved my mental health. And I think it's saved my life in many ways. And I started practicing it back when about 17 years ago when I started practicing Buddhism, because you have to stay in the now, right? And now, mind you, I have ADHD, I have OCD, I have anxiety. So it's not impossible. And it actually improves your mental health. Science, many different science-backed studies will show and prove that, and we'll talk about them as we go through the month so you can really understand it, how mindfulness really helps us frontal cortex, especially when it comes to goal setting. So yeah, we're going to talk about goal setting because there's an actual part of your brain that needs that in mindfulness. But what does mindfulness actually mean? Mindfulness, if I'm going to shorten it and try to make it to where you can understand it, is because it's very complex at times, but it's not that difficult. So mindfulness, the understanding of it is staying in the present space, acknowledging your thoughts and your feelings and anything else that's going on in your life without judgment, without trying to find a solution, without trying to fix it, without trying to stop it, without trying to overanalyze it. It is just sitting with it. If you've ever heard somebody say, just sit with it, you're like, what does that look like? That's what that means. So let's put that into like real action, right? And I really would love for you to drop something down into the comments when you try this practice. I need you to also understand that you're not just going to watch this video or listen to 75 podcasts and 45 books and then be like, got it. No, this takes consistent daily practice. Okay. Daily practice. That's for everybody, but especially if you're dealing with anxiety or ADHD or anything else, you have got to sit in the space of saying, okay, as my thoughts come in, this is a problem people have in meditation, and we are going to do some meditations throughout this month. But you think that in your mind, you try to go all or nothing, right? You're like, I never really meditated before. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to clear my mind. Oh my God, why can't I clear my mind? Because that's not because you're trying to control it. You're saying, don't do that. Mindfulness is staying in the present space, feeling your feelings, whatever those feel like. So you always want to put this sort of label, right? Like you go, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm joyous, I'm disappointed, I'm depressed. You're not any of those things. Those are just a feeling, right? I need you to get very clear that your feelings and your thoughts are not facts. They will never be facts. They are fluid. They do this. Okay. Now, sometimes if you have OCD, you get on that loop, right? Where you're like, and we will talk about that, but you get on that loop, and mindfulness is really going to help you. As a person who's had like serious obsessive thoughts in her life, and I would probably still have many more of them if I didn't practice mindfulness, right? Because a lot of what you're dealing with is never going to go away. It's about coping. It's about staying in the present space. It really helped my ED too, like my binging of staying present. Every now and again, she'll rear her ugly head and I'm like, oh, okay, let me bring you back, baby. Like, you know what I mean? But you've got to not judge this for yourself. This is the art of staying present, is accepting that, okay, so let's do this exercise together, okay? You and I, okay? I want you to, I'm thinking of this off cuff. Okay, I'm going to do this with which one do you want? Oh, which one do you want? We're going to go with red, okay? Sorry if you've said green, but we're going to do red. Okay, I want you to just look at this frog. Okay, just want you to look at the frog. I want you to look at the tag of the frog. I want you to look at the shirt on the frog. It's actually where I get my car, so it's their little mascot, right? Look at his eyes, all that stuff. Okay, believe it or not, you just stayed present. You literally just stayed present. So it's a conscious effort. This is why meditation, your 5 journals. You guys, you've got to do these 5 journals. I promise you they are beneficial because it compartmentalizes. It teaches you how to stay in the present space. This is a conscious decision. This is something you're going to practice every day. There is no day that you're just going to be like, so easy. It will become easier. But the art of mindfulness is saying, okay, let's say you feel overwhelmed right now. I feel overwhelmed. I'm not sure my direction. What do I want in my life? Okay, just let's sit there. How's it feel? Okay, does it feel like you can't catch your breath? It's okay. It's all right. You're safe. You're here now. You are here now. You're not going to figure all that out in 5 seconds. right? This is why you would do it in the data dump journal if it's the evening or anything like that. And, I think that, that's one of those things that you have to understand, that when you are in this present space, when you are in the time of now, you don't have to solve a problem. Now you will find that, but you got to sit with it first. You can't just go to solution without sitting and feeling. Sometimes you're looking for a solution. You don't really know how you feel. You just know you feel like overwhelmed, but you don't really understand what that is. So when you sit in a present space, you can ask yourself these questions. Okay. I want you to ask yourself this question. Can I do anything about this right now? Can I? Think of one thing. Can I do anything about this right now? If the answer is no, then you practice radical acceptance. You practice breathing. Okay, I cannot do anything about that. That's your ego. That's your need for control, which goes into ego. Okay, so you ask yourself. Now, if the answer to that question is, yeah, I think I can. All right, well, that's why you have one of your little productivity journals, and you say, you know what? What can I do about it? This forces you to find solutions and not live in the problem. So mindfulness says, I am here right now. It's okay that I feel overwhelmed. It's okay that I feel chaotic. Is there something I can do about it? If yes, then let's put a plan together, because now it gives solution. If no, then all right, I got to accept it for what it is. And now that I can accept that, how can I pivot? This is where that word pivot comes into play. But you can't do any of that unless you're right now, because you only ever have right now. So what this does is it also helps you to not be as reactive to things, right? Somebody says something to you, you immediately want to go, right? Like you immediately want to do that. But the reality is that doesn't serve you. You're trying to prevent something. You're trying to control the narrative. People are going to largely say and think and feel how they feel, but you are here now. And the secret is to not try to run from the present moment. Yes, why do you think people distract themselves? Why do you think people do a million different things? Because they're like, oh my God, if I'm sitting with myself, I don't know what. Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to sit in the discomfort. You need to sit in the oh my God, I don't know what to do. Just sit there. You've got to be able. How can you trust yourself? People ask me all the time, how can I trust myself? Well, you're going to have to sit with yourself. Sometimes you just need to hear yourself. You don't need to solve anything. You just need to hear yourself. You just need to be in the space. That little child of yours, the inner child of yours, sometimes just wants to be like, okay, man, it's okay. Like, we don't always need that. But then when you get to that, okay, I'm feeling this, I'm acknowledging this, now we can go forward. That's the art of mindfulness. Can you do anything about the traffic you're in? No. Being angry about it, do anything? No. So you're going to be late for work. Oh, well. Can you do anything about that? No. You can call and say, I'm going to be late. You got to accept that. And so mindfulness will help you. And that's kind of the basics of mindfulness, right? And we'll build on that. And it's going to be a daily practice. So this is something you're going to have to do for the rest of your life. And it will be one of the most beneficial things you ever do. But the most important thing is just sit, feel the discomfort, feel the uncertainty, feel the fear, feel the anxiety, and do so with zero judgment. That is mindfulness.